Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. The Roman Empire is one of the most significant and influential civilizations in human history, lasting over a millennium and profoundly shaping the cultural, political, and technological foundations of the modern world. It was officially established in 27 BCE when Augustus, originally named Octavian, became the first Roman emperor, marking the end of the Roman Republic and the beginning of a new era of centralized imperial rule. Under Augustus, the empire began its expansion, eventually encompassing vast territories across Europe, North Africa, and the Middle East. This extensive reach left an enduring legacy on every region it governed, influencing the languages, legal, systems, architecture, and governance structures that emerged in later centuries. The empire was built on a strong foundation of governance, military strength, and economic power. Its administrative system divided the vast territories into provinces, each overseen by governors who reported to the emperor. Roman law became a model of justice, promoting concepts like equality before the law and codified legal principles that are still referenced today. Economically, the Roman Empire thrived due to its extensive trade networks, agriculture, and resource management, supported by a unified currency system and a vast infrastructure of roads and ports. The Roman Empire's cultural achievements were equally transformative. Latin, the language of the Romans, became the foundation for many modern European languages, while Roman literature, philosophy, and arts inspired generations of thinkers and creators. Roman engineering and architecture set unparalleled standards, with innovations like aqueducts, roads, and monumental structures such as the Colosseum and the Pantheon. These accomplishments not only served practical purposes, but also symbolized the empire's power and sophistication. As the empire expanded, it absorbed and integrated the traditions and religions of the peoples it conquered, creating a rich tapestry of cultural diversity. Initially, the Romans practiced polytheism, adapting deities from Greek, Etruscan, and other pantheons. Over time, however, Christianity emerged as a dominant force within the empire. Initially persecuted, Christians gained acceptance under Emperor Constantine, who declared religious tolerance through the Edict of Milan in 313 CE. By the end of the 4th century, Christianity had become the official state religion, profoundly transforming the empire's identity. Despite its achievements, the Roman Empire faced numerous challenges that ultimately led to its decline. Political instability, economic troubles, and external pressures, such as invasions by Germanic tribes and the Huns, weakened its foundations. In 395 CE, the empire was split into the Western Roman Empire and the Eastern Roman Empire, later known as the Byzantine Empire. The Western Roman Empire fell in 476 CE when Romulus Augustulus, its last emperor, was deposed by the Germanic chieftain Odoacer. However, the Eastern Roman Empire continued to thrive for nearly 1,000 more years, preserving much of Rome's legacy. The Roman Empire's influence endures in countless aspects of modern life, from legal systems and governance to language, architecture, and religion. Its history serves as a testament to the heights of human achievement and the complexities of maintaining a vast and diverse empire over centuries. At its peak, the Roman Empire extended from the British Isles in the west to the borders of Persia in the east, covering a vast area that included much of Europe, North Africa, and the Middle East. With a population of approximately 70 million people, the empire accounted for nearly a quarter of the world's population at the time, making it one of the most populous and influential civilizations in history. This expansive reach was supported by a centralized administration that enabled Rome to maintain control over diverse regions through a network of provinces. Each province was governed by officials loyal to the emperor, ensuring stability and efficient governance across the empire. The success of the Roman Empire was built on its remarkable organizational skills, engineering advancements, and military strength. Roman law played a crucial role in unifying the empire, emphasizing principles of justice, equality, and codification. These legal concepts not only maintained order within the empire, but also became the foundation for many modern legal systems around the world. The concept of innocent until proven guilty, for instance, can be traced back to Roman jurisprudence. The empire's engineering accomplishments were equally extraordinary. Roman architects and engineers constructed a vast network of roads that connected even the most remote parts of the empire, facilitating trade, communication, and military movement. These roads, many of which are still in use today, became a symbol of Roman efficiency and ingenuity. Additionally, aqueducts were built to supply cities with fresh water, enabling the growth of large urban centers. Monumental structures like the Colosseum, the Pantheon, and the Roman Forum showcased the empire's architectural brilliance and reflected its wealth and power. Rome's military was one of the most formidable forces of its time, characterized by discipline, advanced tactics, and innovative weaponry. The Roman legions were highly trained and adaptable, capable of defeating opponents in a wide range of environments. The military not only conquered new territories but also protected the empire's borders, ensuring its dominance for centuries. The Persa combination of efficient governance, legal innovation, engineering marvels, and military strength allowed the Roman Empire to flourish and leave an enduring legacy. Its influence can still be seen in modern government structures, infrastructure, and legal systems, making it one of the most impactful civilizations in human history. Rome's architectural and engineering achievements remain some of the most remarkable in history, showcasing their ingenuity, efficiency, and advanced understanding of construction and design. The Romans built an extensive network of roads that spanned thousands of miles, connecting cities and provinces across the empire. These roads were meticulously constructed, with layers of stone and gravel, allowing for durability and ease of travel. This infrastructure not only facilitated trade and communication, but also enabled the swift movement of Roman legions, ensuring control over the vast empire. Aqueducts were another extraordinary feat of Roman engineering. These structures transported fresh water from distant sources to cities and towns, providing a reliable water supply for drinking, bathing, and irrigation. The aqueducts were designed with precise gradients, often using arches to span long distances and ensure a steady flow of water. Some of these aqueducts are still functional today, demonstrating the durability of Roman engineering. Roman architecture reached its zenith with iconic structures that combined functionality with grandeur. The Colosseum, an enormous amphitheater, in Rome could hold up to 50,000 spectators and hosted gladiatorial games, animal hunts, and public spectacles. Its innovative design included retractable awnings, underground chambers, and a system for crowd management, making it a marvel of engineering and entertainment. The Pantheon, with its massive dome and oculus, exemplifies Roman architectural brilliance. Built as a temple to all Roman gods, it remains one of the best-preserved ancient structures and continues to inspire modern architects. The Roman Forum, the political and cultural heart of the empire, was a sprawling complex of temples, basilicas, and public spaces that reflected Rome's power and sophistication. Public baths, or thermae, were another hallmark of Roman urban planning. These facilities were not just places for bathing, but also served as social and recreational centers, featuring hot and cold baths, swimming pools, gyms, and gardens. The design and heating systems of these baths, including the use of hypocausts for underfloor heating, showcased Roman technological innovation. These architectural and engineering accomplishments were not limited to Rome itself, but were replicated across the empire, leaving a legacy that endures in modern infrastructure, urban planning, and architectural design. The Romans' ability to combine practicality with aesthetic appeal cemented their place as pioneers in engineering and architecture, influencing civilizations for centuries to come. The Roman military was one of the most powerful and effective fighting forces in history, renowned for its discipline, organization, and adaptability. At the core of this strength were the Roman legions, elite units made up of highly trained and professional soldiers. Each legion consisted of approximately 5,000 men, organized into smaller units called cohorts and centuries, which allowed for flexibility and precision on the battlefield. This structure enabled the Roman military to respond quickly to changing conditions and maintain cohesion during complex maneuvers. Discipline was a hallmark of the Roman military. Soldiers underwent rigorous training to ensure they could march long distances, construct fortifications, and fight in formation. Strict adherence to commands and a clear chain of command allowed for efficient coordination, even in the chaos of battle. This discipline was enforced through a combination of rewards and severe punishments, creating a culture of loyalty and excellence. The Romans were pioneers in the development and use of advanced weaponry and equipment. Soldiers were equipped with a gladius, a short sword, a pilum, a throwing spear, and a scutum, a large rectangular shield, all designed for versatility and effectiveness in combat. The pilum, for example, was engineered to bend upon impact, preventing enemies from reusing it. Armor and helmets were crafted to provide maximum protection while allowing mobility. Roman engineers and tacticians also excelled in siege warfare, developing innovative techniques and machinery to overcome fortified cities. They constructed siege towers, battering rams, and catapults to breach walls, while also employing methods such as tunneling and the use of fire. The ability to adapt to different terrains and challenges gave the Roman military a significant advantage over their enemies. Fortifications and military camps were another critical aspect of Roman military strategy. Wherever the legions marched, they established well-organized camps, complete with defensive walls, watchtowers, and roads. These camps served as bases of operations and provided security, demonstrating the Romans' meticulous planning and preparation. The Roman military's dominance extended beyond the battlefield. The army played a key role in maintaining order within the empire, suppressing rebellions, and securing borders against external threats. Through a combination of military might and strategic diplomacy, Rome expanded its territories and maintained control over a vast and diverse empire. The legacy of the Roman military endures in modern military strategies, engineering, and organizational principles. Their innovations in tactics, logistics, and technology set the standard for centuries and remain a testament to their remarkable efficiency and effectiveness. Culturally, the Roman Empire was a dynamic melting pot, absorbing and blending elements from the Greek, Etruscan, and other conquered civilizations to create a unique and enduring identity. This cultural synthesis allowed Rome to flourish as a center of innovation, art, and intellectual achievement, leaving a profound legacy that shaped the course of Western civilization. Latin, the official language of the empire, became the lingua franca, unifying the diverse populations under Roman rule. Over time, Latin evolved into the Romance languages, such as Italian, French, Spanish, Portuguese, and Romanian, that are spoken by millions today. Latin also served as the foundation for scientific, legal, and religious terminology, influencing modern languages far beyond its time. Roman literature reached extraordinary heights during the empire's golden age. Writers like Virgil, author of the epic poem The Aeneid, celebrated Rome's founding and ideals, solidifying its place in the cultural imagination. Ovid, known for Metamorphoses, wove myths and legends into a poetic masterpiece that continues to inspire artists and writers. Cicero, a renowned statesman and philosopher, shaped the development of rhetoric and political thought, with his works still studied for their insights into governance and ethics. Roman art and architecture reflected both practicality and grandeur. Inspired by the Greeks, the Romans developed realistic portraiture, grand sculptures, and intricate mosaics that adorned public spaces and private villas. Their architecture combined functionality with beauty, as seen in the Colosseum, aqueducts, and triumphal arches. These structures not only demonstrated Rome's engineering prowess, but also conveyed its cultural and political dominance. Philosophy and education thrived under Roman rule, with schools and libraries established across the empire. The Romans were heavily influenced by Greek philosophy, particularly the teachings of Stoicism, Epicureanism, and Platonism, which were integrated into their own intellectual traditions. Thinkers like Seneca, Marcus Aurelius, and Cicero emphasized ethics, personal discipline, and the responsibilities of leadership, contributing to the intellectual heritage of Rome. Roman law and governance became some of the empire's most significant cultural contributions. The principles of Roman law, such as the concepts of contracts, property rights, and equality before the law, laid the groundwork for modern legal systems. The idea of a republic, with its emphasis on elected representatives and checks on power, inspired political systems in later centuries. By incorporating and adapting the traditions of the cultures it encountered, the Roman Empire created a rich and diverse cultural religion. In the Roman Empire underwent significant evolution, reflecting the empire's cultural diversity and changing values over time. In its early history, Roman religion centered around a pantheon of gods and goddesses, closely resembling those of Greek mythology. Deities like Jupiter, Juno, Mars, and Venus were venerated as protectors of Rome and its people. Rituals, sacrifices, and festivals played a central role in Roman religious life, fostering unity and reinforcing the empire's identity. As Rome expanded, it absorbed and adapted the gods and religious practices of the peoples it conquered. This inclusivity allowed for the integration of Egyptian, Persian, and other deities into Roman worship, creating a richly diverse religious landscape. Mystery cults, such as the worship of Isis from Egypt and Mithras from Persia, gained popularity, offering spiritual experiences and promises of an afterlife that appealed to individuals across social classes. The rise of Christianity in the 1st century CE marked a turning point in Roman religious history. Initially, Christians were viewed with suspicion and faced persecution for refusing to worship the Roman gods or the emperor, a practice seen as essential to the stability of the state. Despite this, Christianity continued to spread, gaining followers among both the poor and the elite, attracted by its message of salvation and equality before God. A pivotal moment came in the early 4th century CE, when Emperor Constantine converted to Christianity. In 313 CE, he issued the Edict of Milan, granting religious tolerance throughout the empire and ending the persecution of Christians. Constantine's support for Christianity marked the beginning of its transformation from a marginalized faith to the dominant religion of the Roman Empire. By the end of the 4th century, under Emperor Theodosius I, Christianity was declared the official state religion, and pagan practices were increasingly suppressed. The adoption of Christianity profoundly shaped the identity and future of the Roman Empire. Churches replaced temples as centers of worship, and Christian values began to influence Roman laws and governance. The shift also had a lasting cultural impact, as Christian art, literature, and philosophy flourished, laying the foundations for the medieval Christian world. This religious transformation was one of the most significant developments in Roman history, marking the transition from a polytheistic empire to a predominantly Christian one. The legacy of this shift continues to influence religious, cultural, and political institutions around the world. The Roman Empire, despite its vast power and influence, faced numerous challenges throughout its long history. These challenges, both internal and external, gradually wore down its strength and stability. Political instability, economic difficulties, and invasions from barbarian groups significantly contributed to its eventual decline. One of the most significant internal problems was political instability. The empire struggled with frequent changes in leadership, often marked by civil wars and power struggles. The lack of a clear succession system meant that emperors were frequently overthrown or assassinated, leaving the empire vulnerable to internal conflict. This instability weakened the imperial administration and made it difficult to address the pressing issues facing the empire. Economically, the Roman Empire suffered from inflation, heavy taxation, and a reliance on slave labor. As the empire expanded, the costs of maintaining its vast territories and military grew, and economic resources became strained. Additionally, the reliance on conquered peoples and territories for resources meant that the empire was highly vulnerable to disruptions in trade and supply chains. Externally, the empire faced mounting pressures from various barbarian groups. In the 4th and 5th centuries CE, these groups, such as the Visigoths, Vandals, and Huns, invaded Roman territory, exploiting the empire's weakened state. The Western Roman Empire struggled to fend off these invasions, and by 395 CE, the empire was officially divided into two parts: the Western Roman Empire and the Eastern Roman Empire, which would later be known as the Byzantine Empire. The division of the empire was an attempt to make governance more manageable, but it also marked the beginning of the end for the Western Roman Empire. The Western Empire, with its capital in Rome, later Ravenna, was particularly vulnerable to the pressures of barbarian invasions. In 476 CE, the Western Roman Empire came to a dramatic end when the last emperor, Romulus Augustus, was deposed by Odoacer, a Germanic chieftain. This event is often cited as the official fall of the Western Roman Empire. However, the Eastern Roman Empire, centered in Constantinople, modern-day Istanbul, continued to thrive for nearly another 1,000 years. Known as the Byzantine Empire, this eastern portion of the empire preserved much of the Roman legal system, culture, and traditions. The Byzantines played a key role in the spread of Orthodox Christianity, as well as in preserving and transmitting classical knowledge to later generations. While the fall of the Western Roman Empire marked the end of Roman rule in the West, the legacy of Rome lived on through the Byzantine Empire. the Byzantines would continue to influence the course of history, especially in terms of art, architecture, law, and Christianity, until the fall of Constantinople in 1453 CE. The division of the empire ultimately led to the survival of Roman traditions in the East, ensuring that Roman cultural and intellectual achievements endured for centuries. The legacy of the Roman Empire is profound and enduring, influencing nearly every aspect of modern society. Its innovations in law, governance, engineering, and culture have left an indelible mark on the world, shaping the foundations of many modern institutions and practices. One of the most significant contributions of the Roman Empire was its legal system. Roman law, which emphasized principles such as equality before the law, property rights, and contracts, laid the groundwork for many contemporary legal systems. The concept of innocent until proven guilty and the idea of written codes of law, such as the Corpus Juris Civilis under Emperor Justinian, became cornerstones of Western legal traditions. These legal principles continue to influence judicial systems in countries around the world. Roman governance also left a lasting imprint, particularly through its development of republican ideals and administrative structures. The Roman Republic's system of elected officials, checks and balances, and Senate-inspired political models can be seen in the government structures of modern democracies. Even though the Roman Empire eventually transitioned to autocratic rule, the legacy of republican principles endured and informed political thought throughout history. Roman engineering achievements were extraordinary and continue to influence infrastructure today. The Romans constructed vast networks of roads and aqueducts that allowed for the efficient movement of goods, people, and water. Roman architecture, known for its grandeur and practicality, gave rise to iconic buildings such as the Colosseum, the Pantheon, and countless triumphal arches. Many of these engineering feats still stand today, showcasing the enduring quality and durability of Roman design. Culturally, the Roman Empire played a crucial role in preserving and transmitting classical knowledge. After the fall of the Western Roman Empire, much of the intellectual heritage of Rome was safeguarded by scholars in the Eastern Roman Empire, particularly in the Byzantine Empire. During the Middle Ages, the works of Roman philosophers, scientists, and historians were preserved by monastic communities and later rediscovered during the Renaissance. This revival of classical learning helped spark the intellectual movement that shaped the modern world. Perhaps one of the most far-reaching legacies of the Roman Empire was the spread of Christianity. Originally a persecuted minority religion, Christianity became the state religion of the Roman Empire under Constantine in the 4th century CE. The Roman Empire's adoption of Christianity helped it spread across Europe, North Africa, and beyond, profoundly influencing the development of Western civilization, especially in terms of religious beliefs, moral teachings, and cultural norms. The Roman Empire's rise and eventual fall serve as a reminder of the potential for human achievement and the fragility of even the greatest civilizations. While the empire itself ultimately crumbled under the weight of internal strife, external invasions, and economic challenges, its cultural, political, and technological innovations continue to shape the world today. The legacy of Rome is not just a reflection of the past, but a powerful influence that continues to guide and inspire modern societies. Thank you for watching this video.